No lack of options when it comes to value, Erik. Who do you like?
Let's go with Clint Frazier at 2,300. Hasn't gotten to play all that much this season. Been exactly a league average hitter in 34 plate appearances. But in 4 games since returning from appendicitis, which, if anybody needed another strange medical malady, it was definitely Clint Frazier. He hasn't had it hard enough so far in his career. But in 4 games since his return, 3 for 7 with 3 walks and a steal. So he's been hitting well. He's been in the lineup against every lefty. So he should be there against Matthew Liberatore here, who is an interesting prospect, but not the tier prospect where you think he's going to immediately take over and be this pitcher you don't want to use anybody against. He's got one bad start and one good one so far. I don't know if there's enough about Frazier to say that he's definitely a strong hitter, but I think he's a competent one. Got a 110 WRC plus since the start of the 2020 season. That kind of hitter at 2,300, I think, is a great deal, and I wouldn't pass it up here.
Garen, I see you scanning DFS options at value. Who do you like?
I'm going to go with Jesse Winker. At some point, I think it has to turn around. I mean, it has to, right? Mariners fans probably think they're cursed at this point, but Winker's expected WOBA is about 80 points higher than his actual WOBA. He's hitting the ball well. He's just not finding the holes right now. Still, the Mariners have been batting him leadoff against right-handed pitching in the last couple of weeks, so I think that's a huge boost to his value at $3,800. Also a boost to his value, the presence of Jordan Lyles, who has struggled immensely with left-handed bats so far this season. 511 slugging percentage, 382 WOBA to opposing left-handed bats. I'm just going to keep saying Jesse Winker's going to break out of this at some point. Hopefully it's tonight.
Bukes, bookend the segment.
Yeah, not guys in the bottom of the lineup is something I'm usually looking for, but Trent Grisham, since he's moved down in the order, feels like he's actually hitting better than when he was hitting leadoff, and he's got a good matchup tonight against Adrian Hauser. Obviously, we can't bank on a ton of at-bats against him because he's in the lower part of the order, but what I do like is that with men on base, Grisham is hitting like almost 300 in that scenario. So hitting that low in the order with how good the hitters are above him puts him in a good spot here. Hauser has not been good against lefties. So I think this is really an intriguing spot for someone who has some pretty poor numbers overall, but as of late has been hitting better, averaging 9 DraftKings fantasy points over his last 5 games. 2 of those games, 18 DraftKings fantasy points logged. So it's not usual that I'm going this low in the order, but Grisham's been hitting well and he's in a good matchup tonight. So I think him at under that 3K range at 2,300 is a good spot for him tonight.